Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Alvin, I'm a part-time reseller here in Singapore. I'm also a collector, as you can tell with all the figurines that I have here. But anyway, in this video, we are going to pack two parcels out and I'm going to basically just show you how I actually calculate the shipping for the various parcels that go out the door, for eBay. This calculation can be also used for the various platforms that you're selling at, be it Etsy, eBay, I don't know where else you're at. If you're in Singapore in particular, you may be quite interested in this because this is how I been selling and shipping out my parcels while selling on the eBay platform. And for the rest of you guys who are, based off other countries, there are also limitations and restrictions that you might be aware of in your own country. You can also be advised to use this as a gauge, but primarily it's more for the Singapore sellers. And for those that are based in Singapore, this is for you. I'm also going to go through the thought process of how I actually calculate the shipping. And over the years that I've been selling since 2007, I basically roughly know what the item will weigh at with packaging and then the materials that is used to pack and put into the parcel, And if that is something that you are still having difficulties doing, you might need to stick around, and then basically I'll just show you a glimpse how I do it, because over the years it has gotten me to the point that I roughly take this as a learning curve that I embedded into my eBay business, my eBay part-time business. So this is something that you generally need to, over time, learn and be adapt to it, and then you can roughly know how to ship out your item. Anyway, if you really want to sell on eBay, the very first thing that you actually need is actually a weighing scale. Weighing scales can be bought quite frankly anywhere. In Singapore, you can buy it from Shopee, you can buy it from Lazada, any of the platforms that actually sell. You can go to the hardware store, they should be able to find a weighing scale. A small weighing scale will do. Mine been using this from my wife's this weighing scale that I have. As long as it weighs up to more than 2-3 kg, you're perfectly fine. If you do need to sell an item or ship an item that's more than that, like up to 10 kg, then you need to get a proper weighing scale. For me, I generally will have this as my go-to weighing scale. And then for those that are newbies, you do need the weighing scale to roughly gauge and be adapt to what you are selling, because weighing is primarily what you do need to do. Even for me, after packing my items in the parcels, in with the materials, the packing materials, you do need to weigh and be exact on your weighing, so that basically your Q Express or even Postal Connect or whatever SingPost can actually bill you for that weight. That also means that before you can actually ship out or sell your item, you do need to roughly know what's the weight of your figure. Like for this is actually pretty hefty, and if I turn on the weighing scale, it's actually about 344. Yeah, it's 344 grams. So this piece is actually 344 before you put in a parcel with bubble wrap, with packing material. So this, you do need to bear in mind that this is 340. Then you need to roughly gauge about another 20-30% of the weight itself, so you can go up to 500-600 grams. So after which I'm going to pack this and going to show you the aftermath of how the packing will add on to it. Then that will be the final weight for it. But bear that in mind that you do need to weigh your items first if you are not sure of the weight of the item, because even though this looks small, it's pretty hefty. As I also have a buyer that bought two of these figures that I have, these Gears of War figures. These two are also quite heavy. They are not light, for the lack of a better term. And then if I weigh them, I weigh one of them. This is 564 And this will be 358. So I'll get these these 3 items packed, and then I'll show you the final weight of the items. I've done packing the 3 figures into the 2 parcels. This one is combined shipping, this one is the loose figure that was shown earlier, and I'm going to show you what's the weight right now. Earlier the loose figure was about 350 grams, and right now with packaging and material is about close to 500, so it's about 444. Yeah, it shows right there. This one, so right now it's about 1.3, so I was estimating about 1.2, 1.3, so it's about there too. So this is as it is with packing materials. The figures itself is about another 30% on top of it. So that's how I roughly figure out the weight of the parcel itself once I do have in mind what I want to sell on eBay. Okay, so you've seen how weighing, your figures, your items, or whatever you're selling on eBay or any other platforms that you're selling at, the selling platform. When it comes to international shipping, you do need to factor in the shipping costs. Shipping costs is also the parcel, the packing materials, and the figure or the item itself. And it can weigh to a certain extent. And then for newbies like yourself, you do need to basically just keep on weighing the items, and then do bear that in mind that for us who are based in Singapore, us Singapore sellers, we do have restrictions when it comes to the registered mail or the e-pack service, which I talked about here, that you should use e-pack service from the items or the places that you're selling to, like US, Australia, and everything. This video will help you. And once you're done with that video, you should be able to, figure out the shipping costs. But before we dive into the shipping costs, do bear in mind that the shipping cost itself is also part of the selling fees on eBay. I'm not sure about other, selling platforms, but for eBay, the selling fees comprises of the item listing price, the shipping price, and also the tax that's involved wherever you ship at. And then the selling fee, which for us is about 16.25%, that has an effect on the shipping cost itself. So your shipping cost is not the exact shipping cost in practice actually, because if let's say you put 30 Singapore dollars and then you actually build 30 Singapore dollars, with the selling fees itself, you're actually going to pay more. So you actually do need to factor that in mind and then add more to it, so to speak. For me, I roughly estimate, usually, I'll be honest, the buyer itself will have to pay more for the shipping fees itself. They will have to pay more. I do maybe profit some of it off it because estimation can go over. I usually go over the estimation, so I do need to factor that into it. Having that in mind, what actually sells on eBay is the completed listings. Those need to factor that in. And then even if you want to sell at that certain price point with the shipping fee, if it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. So that's the reason why you do need to look at completed listings first before you attempt to sell on the eBay platform. And then once you get that in mind, with the shipping cost, you do need to, just have a go at it. Look at the calculated shipping. eBay does not help you with the calculated shipping. You do need to calculate your own shipping itself and then embed it into the listing proper. Unlike US, which USPS is integrated into it, we international sellers do have to manually key in the actual shipping rate. So for that reason alone, you do need to keep weighing the item until you get a hang of it. Then over time, you will roughly have an idea of what is the weight of the item. Restrictions, you can't get over it. For e-pack and registered mail in Singapore, I'm not sure for other countries, but for us, length plus breadth plus height of the parcel cannot exceed 90 cm. If it exceeds 90 cm, it cannot go by registered mail or e-pack. The longest side cannot be above 60 cm. So length, breadth, and height all added together has to be below 90 cm. If you're selling posters, the mailing tube itself cannot be no longer than 90 cm or any things that can be rolled up into the mailing tube. The actual weight of the item cannot exceed 2 kg. Anything above 2 kg, it will have to go by speed post priority in Singapore. Other than that, everything is good to go. I generally use Postal Connect. You can use Q Express. They also go by e-pack. You do need to figure out using the calculator on the app to figure out the actual weight, the tier rating, the weight in itself, and then you should be able to finding the right weight to put into your eBay listing. So let's talk about those that are above 2 kg. Those generally, in my experience, because I've sent big parcels before, statues, figurines, anything that's more than the 90 cm, generally it has to go by volumetric weight because my items usually are lighter than the box itself. The box, the volumetric weight is pretty big. So for that reason, volumetric weight, how Q Express figures it out, is actually length times breadth times height divide by 6,000. That will get you the volumetric weight. It's different from the registered mail and e-pack service, which is length plus breadth plus height. You all add together. For this is you have to multiply all three measurements, length times breadth times height. Then you get the volumetric weight divided by 6,000. That will get you the volumetric weight. I generally will still think I will use Q Express because Q Express generally will take in any big box. Postal Connect I've not tried. I may attempt to try it. I'm not that convinced they can go by very big boxes. I've sent big boxes through Q Express as I've gone through last year. This year might be different, but I will try and then we'll figure that out as I go along. But this will be how I calculate my shipping, so to speak. Because for shipping itself, you do need to practice a few times. You do need to give it a go, buy your weighing scale, weigh the item, then pack the item. If it's going through Q Express, because there's a tier limit to every weight tier itself. So try and get it to that specific weight. If it's like, just above 500 gram, and then because of 500 gram tier is $5 difference, try and get it below it by putting less packing material, making the box smaller, all that nonsense. Try to do that. Postal Connect need not necessarily do it because you can, it goes by the actual weight of it, so the actual weight to the actual price. But again, the less is more, so to speak, for you, because you save on shipping. But for that reason, that's how I ship my items through eBay. Hopefully this helps you guys. And that will be all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, everyone. Look at my monk. He is so cute today. Take care, everyone. Do like, subscribe to my channel, and for more of me, selling on eBay. And I'm going to do maybe some unboxing real soon and then talk about plans on how I'm going to approach this channel going forward. Take care, everyone. I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.